Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I have a brand new pick a card for you guys today, and today we are going to find out what is going to happen for you in the month of January. So this is basically your January 2022 check-in, just to see how your month is going to go. Just recently I posted like a full-blown full year for 2020 pick a card, just kind of like a sneak peek preview, I guess you could say, as to how your entire year is going to go from January until December. But now that that video is out and released for you guys, now we're going to go back into some just regular monthly predictions. January, when February comes along, I'll post February. When March comes along, I'll post March, so on and so forth. So this is just for the month of January, and you'll get a new one of these again, obviously, come February. So that's what we're doing here today. Anyway, before I get started here and introduce the choices that you have to pick your card, the different items, I just want to remind you guys really quickly to make sure to give this video a big thumbs up. Give it a nice like for me. That would really help me out. Leave me a comment down below. Smash that subscribe button, and as well as the notification bell, because every time I post a new reading, anytime I go live, anytime there's any new update, you will be notified of it if you tap that bell notification when you subscribe. So I definitely invite you guys to do that. I'm open for private readings, and I also have my Etsy shop open. There are readings over there as well as a deck that I currently have for sale too, and I'm going to be having more of those released throughout the year. So all of that information that you need to know, whether it's about private readings, my Etsy shop, ways to contact me, ways to connect with me through social media, all of that is in the description box down below. So check that out for any 411 that may be missing that you are curious about. So anyway, let me get into the pile introductions here so you guys know what your choices are. And let's dive in, get started with this. So pile number one, I have all Christmas ornaments still, because I'm recording this like January 2nd. So yeah, it's still basically the holiday season. We're not even like technically in the first real like work week of 2022. So I still have my Christmas tree up and all of my Christmas decorations. We got some mistletoe over here. So anyways, yeah, so we have Christmas ornaments as your choices here, and these are your options for your piles. Pile number one, we have this gold sparkly star ornament. So if you're feeling that star kind of vibe, almost kind of like, the star card in the tarot or something, then this may be the pile for you. Pile number two is a little nail polish. It's a little nail polish ornament. So it says nail shimmer on it. It's got some like sequins, glitter, not sequins. Yeah, just like glitter, just like little glitter confetti kind of stuff in there to represent the nail polish. But it's pink and it's cute and it's sparkly. I think I got it from Target like a couple years ago. Pile number three, we have Cinderella's carriage as she's going off to the ball. And this one is actually new. I got this one this year, and I got it from Hobby Lobby. So it's very pretty. So if you like Cinderella, if she is your Disney princess, this one may be the pile for you. And pile number four, I've had this one for a few years as well. I don't remember where I got it, but it is a pink heart with wings. It has gold and pink wings. It's shimmering, it's sparkling, it's glittering. It's super pretty, super cute, super feminine and girly, as most of my things are. So this one is pile number four. So go ahead and choose the pile, the ornament, the number, the timestamp, however it is that you like to pick, go ahead and choose below. Oh my gosh, that's so weird. Like there's some of the sparkles from the nail polish ornament like coming out of it. Must be coming out of the top, like out of this part right here. So I gotta be careful with that one apparently. Anyways, so yeah, go ahead and pick the pile that stands out and speaks to you the most. Timestamps are down below, and we're gonna get started here with pile number 1, our star group. Hi, pile 1. If you chose the golden, glistening, glittery star, then this is going to be the reading for you to find out what's in store for you for January of 2022. Okay, good stuff. All right, so we're going to start things out here with some cards from my own deck. Actually, this is from Written in the Stars, and you can find this on Etsy. Information for that is, of course, in the link down below. And this deck is pretty much a mixture of messages on life and love, and it has a very pop culture, Hollywood type of theme to it. So if that's your vibe, it may be something you want to check out. But let's check out what messages you have from this deck that you need to know for January. You'll wonder how to lose a guy in 10 days, not expecting to want 10 more. Take a selfie, influencer on the rise, incoming brand deals. See the stars, see the view, spend time in nature on a hike at Runyon Canyon. Chicks before dicks, even when you're the Golden Girls. Aw, Betty White. That makes me think of Betty White. I'm sure you guys all know she recently passed, but that's a different subject. Anyways, don't be in such a rush. No need to be 13 going on 30. Okay, so a lot of stuff going on here so far, but all pretty good things, I would say. A pretty nice start to your new year here in January. So the first thing that stood out to me here was see the stars, see the view, spend time in nature on a hike at Runyon Canyon. So for those of you who are not familiar with LA, Runyon Canyon is a very popular outdoor park, basically. It's very hilly, and it's a great place to go hiking. It's a great place that has a lot of scenic views and that kind of thing. It's just a great outdoor playground is what it comes down to. And a lot of people go there to exercise, but it's a great place to go to just like relax and get in touch with nature. And that's what this card is really about. It's about getting outdoors and getting in touch with nature. And I know not everyone lives in an area where you can necessarily spend a lot of time outside right now because it is January. Especially if you're in, the northern hemisphere, you are experiencing winter time likely. Unless you're living somewhere like Southern California or Florida or Hawaii or, somewhere like that, chances are you're experiencing some snow and some frigid temperatures and stuff like that. And I actually just moved myself 6 months ago away from California, somewhere much more cold, and it was definitely snowing for like the past day or so. And even though it's a lot colder here, I still find that like getting out into nature, even when it's freezing, even when it's really cold, is actually really therapeutic and helpful. Like even getting in that crisp air, even like kind of walking through the snow in my boots or whatever, like there's something about it that's just therapeutic, especially in such like a digitalized world that we live in today where, it's like everyone's connected to everything instantaneously, through our phones and stuff. It's good to disconnect. And the best way to disconnect, to, in a sense, reconnect in a healthy way is nature. So I feel like there's going to be a little bit of time in nature for you in the month of January, which is just going to be overall helpful and therapeutic to your overall well-being, whether you're having a good month or whether you're having a bad month. We also have Take a Selfie, influencer on the rise, incoming brand deals. Now, you don't have to be an influencer. You don't have to be someone who is the face of something on the internet in order for this to apply to. Now, of course, if you are like into social media, if you are an influencer of some sort, you could take this to be quite literal. But if you're not, I would take this as whatever it is that you are doing in your line of work, whatever it is that you're doing in your career, expect advances to come along in this month. Maybe it's a pay raise, maybe it's a promotion, maybe it's just like a simple award of recognition, maybe it's a little bit of extra time off or something for being a good employee. Something is going to happen that's going to be like a positive thing in terms of recognition and just like people knowing that you're working hard and you're doing a good job, and people are going to take notice is the point. Because like influencers, they don't get brand deals unless they are noticed. You know, that's why brands reach out to influencers, because they take notice of them and they see them and they're like, hey, there's someone who might be able to help us promote our product. So we're going to go to that person because they have some kind of clout. So someone is going to take notice of you having some kind of clout of some sort on your job, whatever industry that you're working in. Or if you're not, working, if you're like a student in school, it could be that you're recognized for your hard work at school, like you make the honor roll or something like that. So take it where it resonates. We also have chicks before dicks, even when you're the Golden Girls. Oh, this card is breaking my heart right now just because I'm thinking of Betty White. Oh, she was such a beautiful soul. And I mean, it just, like, that's one of those celebrity deaths that definitely, like, got to me and broke my heart. I feel like her and, like, Robin Williams, it was just like, oh my gosh, that's so painful. It's because that's, like, my childhood, like, when I was a kid, the Golden Girls was on TV, and, I remember, like, seeing Hook and Mrs. Doubtfire and all that kind of stuff, and it's just like, when those people are gone, it's like, oh my gosh, it's like a piece of my childhood just died. Anyways, that's a whole separate conversation, but, it mentions the Golden Girls here. I gotta take a moment to give some credit here for Betty White, because she deserves it. But the point of this card is basically like chicks before dicks. It's like, your girl group, your girls, your friends. Like, bottom line is, your friends are like, they're like blood to you. They're not water to you. So it's like you guys are thick as thieves. You're there for each other through thick and thin. No dude, no nothing can come in between you guys. So I feel like, you're going to be solid in your friend group during the month of January. You're going to have good support. You're going to be supportive of them. It's going to be just overall, like an overall love fest in the friend department, which is a wonderful thing. You'll wonder how to lose a guy in 10 days, not expecting to want more. So there could be someone in your life where it's like an unexpected spark, I guess you could say, an unexpected spark of love with this person. Maybe this is someone that's not your usual type, but you could wind up looking at someone in a different way at some point during this month. That's definitely a possibility, which is why it would be a surprise to you to actually want more with this person. So that could be something that may wind up coming up. I'm almost kind of getting like a new love kind of vibe from this. Or if it's with someone that you've already like had experiences with, you may be like, oh my gosh, I wasn't like expecting this person to come back. Like, I wasn't expecting this to be reignited. I thought that, this was like a chapter that was long done and over, and I've been there. I have been in that experience. So it could be that too. And with don't be in such a rush, no need to be 13 going on 30, I feel like this is basically just telling you to slow your roll, take a chill pill, and enjoy the stage of life that you're in right now, to practice patience, because there may be points and times during the month where it's like overall it looks like things are going pretty good here, but that doesn't mean that our patience isn't tested and our patience isn't tried at some point. It could be connected to the love situation. I know it's very easy to get impatient with the love situation. It could be with career stuff. It could be with just like anything, where maybe you have a really strong desire to see something move forward in a faster pace than what it is moving. Just, kind of relax and go with the flow. You'll get there. Enjoy the season you're in. And I feel like that's where sometimes spending that time in nature here could be good for you, because it could help ground you and center you and, take you out of that kind of fight or flight, impatient type of mode. So we've also got some cards here from the Sacred Creators Oracle cards. And we have Sacred Mirrors, Balance, Fill Your Cup with Sacred Giggles. I love that, Sacred Giggles. Shift the Way to New Potential. Okay, so right off the bat with Sacred Mirrors, like the very first thing, honestly, that came to me with this was twin flames, because, for those of you who are familiar with what a twin flame is usually your mirror, and considering we do have a little bit of a love thing going on here with, this unexpected person coming along, and usually your twin flame is unexpected, whether it's someone who is like this brand new person who enters your life, or it's someone who like re-enters your life from the past. It usually takes you by surprise. It usually comes when you're not expecting that at all. But when they come, you discover that they are your sacred mirror, that, they're basically showing you everything that you need to know about yourself. The bad and the good. Like, it's not always, bad stuff. But the reason why they do this is because they are trying to bring you into a place of balance, just as they are trying to get into a place of balance. It's a place of balance between the two of you is what it comes down to. So you may have opportunities to try and find that balance with your sacred mirror, which is going to take some patience here, because patience is definitely tried and that kind of thing. So you could be dealing with some of that during January. But with Fill Your Cup with Sacred Giggles, I feel like this taps into your golden girls here, basically your friend group. Because it's like, I don't know about you guys, but it's like when I am hanging out with a friend that, like, it doesn't matter if we talk to each other all the time, or if it's been, forever and a day, if it's that soul family type of level friend, like, the laughter is just unending. It's like pee your pants type of laughter. And I feel like this is something that's definitely going to be an aid to help you through any frustrations, any little obstacles that come across your way in the month of January. So definitely spend some time with your friends, share some private jokes, even if it seems like absolutely ridiculous, it doesn't matter. Enjoy. Shift the way to a new potential. So I feel like the best way you can shift to a new and better potential in anything is, once again, going back into nature, because that's what nature does for us. It helps, shift things, even if it's temporarily, even if you don't feel anything right off the bat, it does do something. So like I said, that nature thing is going to be important. And if you live somewhere where it's cold and you're like, I do not want to be out there, you don't have to spend forever and a day out there. Just spend 5 minutes. Just take 5 minutes to just like breathe in the cold air, and then go inside and warm up with some hot chocolate and have some of those giggle fits with your friends. So yeah, definitely I feel like that's going to help you shift things. into positive places, whether it's like the career type of stuff or the love type of stuff or whatever it is that you just simply want to see go in a positive direction during January. We have some cards from the Moonology deck. And for Moonology, we have Don't Let Your Past Hold You Back, South Node. Balance, Spirituality, and Practicality, Full Moon in Pisces. And the end of a tough cycle approaches, Full Moon in Capricorn. So let's just go ahead and touch upon the ending of this tough cycle, which is funny because we're in Capricorn season right now. I don't know what exactly like the next full moon is supposed to be, if it's technically in Capricorn or something else or whatever, but I think it's ironic this is coming out when it is Capricorn season, period. But anyways, I feel like a lot of us have had nothing but tough cycles for like the past 2 years, obviously being in the pandemic. So, even if the world is flipped upside down and chaotic, that doesn't mean that your personal world can't go well while everything else is kind of going a little insane. So, if your world has been a little insane, it could be finally arriving towards those calmer waters. And it could be doing that because, once again, you're shifting that potential, spending time in nature in order to do so. You are practicing your patience and stuff like that. So yeah, you may start to see some of these shifts occur if it's been rough and difficult in the month of January. With Don't Let Your Past Hold You Back, South Node, I feel like the only thing that, in a sense, could continue a tough cycle, kind of prolong it and extend it, is if you are living in the past. If you hold on to things, if you're holding on to any bitterness, resentment, unforgiveness, anything that's harsh and hard in your heart. If you're holding on to anything like that, that may prolong a tough cycle. But if you're letting go of the past, if you're letting go of things that no longer serve you, things that are toxic, things that are unhealthy, it will definitely, once again, speed up that process into shifting into that better new potential. So I feel like that's an important note for some of you to know. With balance, spirituality, and practicality, well, we have double confirmation here. I love it when this happens. I love it when two different decks come out with similar messages, and clearly you guys got balance here, double. So to me, that's like a double emphasis that somebody needs to know that balance is key. Balance is important here, that this is something you're going to be finding out and adjusting during the month of January. Now, balance is a beautiful thing. It's awesome once you get there, but it's tricky sometimes to get there. Think about it. It's like when you're learning how to ride a bike, for example, you have to learn how to balance in a sense. If you don't balance, then the bike is going to tip one way or the other and you're going to crash basically. So, once you got the balance, like the ride on the bike is fine, it's good, it's smooth, you're having fun, you got the wind in your hair, everything is awesome. But initially finding that balance when you're first learning, it's hard because you're always crashing. So, definitely keep going. Even if you're crashing, that's okay. Get back on the bike and do it again. You will find that balance. You will find that right sweet spot for you where you're just going to hit it, whether it's in the career department, in the love department, with your friends, or any other department in your life where you need balance in. So balance is a beautiful thing, but don't get frustrated if it's a little wobbly at first. I feel like that's something that's going to be like a process through the month of January. Finally, you guys, I have a card here for you from Loving Words from Jesus because, in my opinion, a Bible verse a day helps keep the bad vibes away. And you guys got, He that believeth on me, the works that I do, shall he also do. The greater works than these shall he do, because I go on to my Father. John 14:12. So this is basically talking about works, which is kind of like, like kind of being of service to others, like acts of service to others. So basically, it's kind of like, do good unto others as you would have done unto you, kind of a thing. So, that may be of something to help as well, especially in finding balance and grounding yourself. Sometimes it's good to just like reach out a helping hand to somebody else, even if it's in a small way, even if it's in a way that you don't think is going to matter. That could be helpful to you as well during the month of January. So, anyways, that's basically what I have for you guys. Hopefully this message resonated and made sense. If it did not flow, of course, just let it go. But if it did make sense, please let me know and leave a comment down below. I would love to hear from you. Also, please give this video a big thumbs up. That definitely helps me out a lot. Feel free to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you know of future videos when they are on the way. And also, so you're just up to date on everything as it comes in. And like I said, you guys, this deck right here at the very beginning is my own deck, Written in the Stars. It is available on Etsy, and I'm open for private readings as well. So information for all that, private readings, my Etsy shop, ways to contact me, my socials, all that kind of stuff is in the description box down below. So I just want to thank you guys for stopping by and hanging out with me today. It definitely warms my heart and means the world to me. So I am sending you lots of hugs and much love. Keep sparkling. Hi, Pile 2. If you chose the pink nail polish Christmas ornament, then this is going to be the reading for you to find out what is in store for you for January 2022. All right, so I'm going to put that to the side, and we're going to start off here with your cards from Written in the Stars, which is my own oracle deck, and this is available on Etsy if you guys are interested in it. It is general messages in life and love, and it has a very pop culture, Hollywood type of theme to it. So if that is your vibe, your mood, you might want to check it out. But otherwise, let's go ahead and lay these babies down and see what they have to say to find out what is in store for you for January of 2022. Underestimated, like Elle Woods in Legally Blonde. It's time to meet the parents. Time to go home to Sweet Home Alabama. Dazzled by the Edward to your Bella. And pass through the red velvet ropes, you are on the track. All right, you guys, so the first thing that I am picking up here for January of 2022 for you with Underestimated, like Elle Woods in Legally Blonde. I feel like going into this month, going into this brand new year, you guys are a little insecure in a sense. Like, maybe insecure is the wrong word, but just not super confident in yourselves, I guess. I kind of get the feeling that, that you guys are basically underestimated. Like in Legally Blonde, Elle was underestimated. Like they didn't think that she was smart enough. They didn't think that she had the brain power. They just figured that she was like a ditzy blonde from Hollywood, basically, who couldn't be like this smart, savvy, sassy lawyer and, kick ass and, basically outsmart her way out of everything and win legal cases and all this other stuff. And she proved them all wrong. Like everybody who didn't believe in her, she proved them wrong. It was like they said to her, you can't do this. And she said back to them, watch me, and followed that up with actions. She wasn't just all talk, like she showed it. So I feel like you guys may be kind of feeling a very similar type of vibe going into the brand new year. Like there might be a lot of people around you who are just like, oh, you can't do this, you can't do that. Like, you don't have the resources, you don't have the talent, you don't have this, blah, 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 all the excuses. Um, and it can be discouraging, obviously. It can be very discouraging, but I feel like this card is here to remind you guys that you are smart, you are brave, you are talented, you are strong, you are beautiful. Like you have so many amazing gifts to give to this world. Like there's like it's just you only hit upon like a small part of it at this point in your life, you know? Like you have all this like glowing radiance inside of you that's just ready to ooze out. And you just got to stand up and do exactly like Elle Woods and just tell them, watch me. Watch me do it. I'm going to prove you wrong. And then follow that up with action steps, Allow anyone's naysaying, allow anyone's hater energy towards you, allow that propel you and motivate you forward to move towards your goals and move towards your dreams, not away from it. Let it be fuel to make you go forward, not backwards. So I feel like that's the first thing that you guys really need to hear going into 2022, because your January and the beginning of your year could be phenomenal if you choose to do that. If you choose to succumb to their voices and their opinions, then it's going to be an uphill battle. But if you choose to be just like, I'm going to bulldoze over your opinions and do my thing anyways, like if you just believe in yourself and gain that confidence by taking those steps of action, and I feel like the more action you take, the more confidence you're going to get. Like, it's going to be like an amazing start for the year for you. Like January is going to be epic. And I can only imagine what that would mean then for February, and then the next month after that, and the next month after that. So that's the first thing. I know that was a lot for one card, but I feel like that was a really important thing to emphasize there. Like somebody really needed to hear that and understand that. And the reason why you needed to hear that and understand that is because you also got passed through the red velvet ropes. You're on track. So even if you feel like you're not on track, because maybe you have all these people coming at you, coming against you, saying you can't do this, you can't do that, you're not pretty enough, you're not skinny enough, you don't have enough money, you don't have enough of this, you don't have enough of that. Like, stop listening to them because you are on the right track. I promise you. And you know what? If nobody else believes in you, if nobody else supports you, I'm telling you right now that I do. I support you right here. And even if it's just me, like, I'm there for you. I'm there for you in your corner. So if that's resonating, if that's making sense, please leave me a comment, because like I want to be there and support you and help you guys and be your cheerleader and be in your corner. I don't care if your dream is, to become like rich and famous and, be like a world leader, or if it's just to, like get an A on a paper or something. Like, it doesn't matter. I'm there for you. So yeah, you guys are on the right track. Don't doubt yourself. Don't doubt yourself. Please don't doubt yourself. And it's time to meet the parents and time to go home to Sweet Home Alabama. Like, I know we just came out of the holidays where a lot of people were at home, and maybe people are, going back to, I guess, maybe the home that they created for themselves rather than the home that they grew up in. But, usually I would take like the parents card to, kind of signify like in-laws or like a romantic partner type of thing. But in this case, I'm honestly kind of getting like your own parents. Like, I know obviously you've met your own parents, but with the fact that we have home and parents kind of coming together here, and the fact that we have like these challenges of feeling underestimated when you guys are on the right track, I feel like this is like, I feel like unfortunately, the negative voices and the doubts may be coming from within your own family, which is not uncommon. And that can be like the hardest of all, because it's one thing if a stranger says to you, you can't do it. Like, that's not going to matter as much because it's a stranger. You know, you don't care about their opinion because you don't know them. They're not important to you. But when it's your family, it hurts. You know, that's a lot to weigh on your shoulders. So I feel like for some of you, it's the parents. And with it saying it's time to meet the parents and it's time to go home to Sweet Home Alabama, which is funny because Sweet Home Alabama and Legally Blonde are both Reese Witherspoon movies. I feel like it's basically saying like it's time to stand up to your parents or to that family member or whoever it is that authority figure is, because I feel like it's going to be more so like an authority figure. It's time to stand up to that person who is being like that hater, the one who's kind of like, you know, doubting you and poo-pooing your ideas and your dreams and your goals. And you know that may mean having to like go back to your roots in a sense a little bit. But yeah, that's kind of what I'm picking up here when it comes to that, interestingly enough. Now, dazzled by the Edward to your Bella, that's like the one odd card out that doesn't necessarily fit in with the theme here of like being the overcomer when you're the underdog kind of a thing, but that's okay. You know, we can have more than one message here. I just feel like what dazzled by the Edward to your Bella is basically saying like there is a love connection in your life and you are probably dazzled by this person, just like Bella was with Edward. And who knows? I mean, maybe this is the situation that somebody is doubting. Maybe someone's like, oh, well, you know, he's a stupid person, blah, 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 blah. But it's like maybe you know his heart. It could be kind of like this Romeo and Juliet thing. They want to keep you guys apart. It doesn't have to be, you know, with this. This could be something else altogether. But regardless, I do feel like there is a love situation in your life where there is someone special that, you know, you definitely care about, kind of a thing. We also have some cards here from the Sacred Creators Oracle. And we have ambush fear with your ferocious dream. Oh my gosh, you guys, this is spot on with what I was just saying here. So I feel like these haters and these people or person, whatever it is, that has, you know, been putting you down and putting your dreams down and just making you feel insecure and not confident in what you want in your life. They're giving you fears. Like, they're feeding the fears is what it comes down to. But fear stands for false evidence appearing real. You can't buy into that. So please, please, please ignore that. And this is why I'm saying, you guys, tell them, watch me, and then don't just say it. Back it up with action. You know, take those action steps, which is, you know, the part of, you know, like ambushing your fear with your ferocious dream. Like, that's how you do it. You do it with action. You don't just sit around talking about it. You show them. You're like, okay, you doubt me. I'm going to prove this to you. So here you go. Manifesting and doing. Oh man, I don't know who needs to hear this message, you guys, but this is like a super big emphasis on this right now. Manifesting and doing. So, you know, a lot of the times when it comes to manifestation, I feel like we can get very caught up in like our prayer time or a time of meditation or a time of journaling, and it's like you just, you know, write down your gratitude list, or you write down, you know, what it is that you want, kind of like in an I am this, I am that, I am doing this, I am doing that kind of a thing. Those things are all great and those things are all fine and good. I'm not saying there's anything bad about it. But you can write those things and you can pray those things and you can pull cards and you can meditate and you can do all these other things to your heart's content. But if you are not taking actions alongside with it, then all of this journaling, praying, all that other kind, it's fruitless. It is fruitless and pointless if you are not following it up with actions, because then it's like you're just expecting it to fall into your lap. And I'm not saying those fall into your lap moments don't happen, because they do, but I believe when they do, those are very divinely guided, and it's a rarity. It's one of those things where it's just like, that's like an intervention of God completely. You have no control over that. But otherwise, there's action you gotta take. You can't just sit around thinking about it, talking about it, praying about it, writing about it. You gotta get out there and do. So there's a big emphasis here, you guys, on doing. Do the thing, do the dream, take the action steps. Your knees may be shaking, your voice may be shaking, but take those steps. Prove the haters wrong. Go for your dreams. Take the actual steps to do it. Like way back in the day when I was first getting started in the music business, I had no idea what I was doing. And mind you, this was long before like there was streaming platforms and like iTunes. And I mean, we're talking about like probably back in the day of like Napster or something. This was like a really long time ago. So I wanted to get into the music business. I had no idea what I was doing. And I literally just started cold calling recording studios to find out how to make a demo. Because I didn't know. I didn't know how to do it. And I wanted to do it. And I knew if I just sat around and did nothing, like that wasn't going to do anything for me. So I picked up, like I went on the internet. I looked up recording studios in the area. And then I picked up the phone and I started calling them. And I asked them. And like the first couple, it was kind of hard for me to like find something that worked for my situation, because I really had no idea what I was doing. But eventually I found one that was able to work with me and what I was looking for, and that started the whole process. But I never would have found it had I never picked up that phone, have I never taken that action step in the first place. I could have prayed about it all I wanted to, but it was never going to happen if I didn't take that action step. So take the action step. Even if you're scared, even if you don't know what you're doing, it's okay if you make a mistake. It's okay if you fall flat on your face. You're probably going to fail a lot more times first time around than you are going to succeed. So, just go for it. Just do it. The now. This is telling you do it now. Not yesterday. Not tomorrow. Do it now. Oh, this is a big emphasis, you guys. Inflow with money. So for some, probably for most of you, I feel like this is probably a career-related ambition. I mean, I know there was like the little love thing that came out here, which, could be a love thing too. But I feel like for a lot of you guys, it's probably going to be something dealing with money, something dealing with a career ambition. But, if money is one of your concerns in it, like maybe this is something that is going to require some kind of investment. Maybe this is something that is like going to require extended education or something. Try not to worry about the money. Just go for it and trust that the universe is going to provide for you. If it's the right thing for you, it's going to be provided. So don't worry about the money. Just do what you need to do. And the money that you need, whatever it is that you need, the supplies, the support, the encouragement, the people, it's all going to flow in. So try not to worry about that. All right, we also have a few cards here from the Moonology deck. And we have your hard work is paying off. New moon in Capricorn. So yes, this is going to be hard work. It's not something that's probably going to happen overnight. Nothing that is major and big and important does happen overnight anyways. No one wants a McDonald's drive-through breakthrough anyways. You want something that, is like truly spectacular. But you got to apply that hard work. Like I said, we've already talked about that. You are good enough. So, the very first card here, underestimated, like Elle Woods. I feel like a lot of you guys feel like you're not worthy. You're not good enough. But I'm telling you, you are. You are so special. And there's nobody else on the planet here like you. And there never will be again. And because of that, because you are unique, because you are one of a kind, you have a one of a kind stamp, just like your fingerprint, that you can only provide to help this world that nobody else can. So because of that alone, you are good enough. You know, God doesn't make junk. I've heard that phrase before many times growing up, but it's true. He doesn't create junk. So don't treat yourself as so, you know. It's a stupid quote, but it makes sense at the same time. I think it was actually a quote from one of the Kardashians or something. They were just like, "Oh, you don't put a bumper sticker on a Bentley." Like they were talking about tattoos, I think, or something. And it's like, "Oh, you don't put a bumper sticker on a Bentley." So see yourself as a Bentley. You know, see yourself as a super luxurious car. It doesn't have to be a Bentley. It could be a Mercedes. It could be a BMW. It could be a Porsche. It could be anything you want. You know, don't treat yourself as like an old beat up Ford from the 80s or something. So, you know, treat yourself as such because you are good enough. Your dreams need a practical plan. So obviously you guys are big dreamers. I definitely get that from this group, which is amazing and which is awesome. But of course, every dream needs like some grounding, needs some practicality, needs a plan in order to take off. And sometimes we can get so stuck in like our dream world and like our dream land that, like I said, we never take the action steps to there. And it's not that you guys need like some huge elaborate plan to do anything. You really don't. You just need to take one step at a time. Just take one action step. And then when you see what happens there, it's like, you know, the next stair will appear on the staircase. So, you know, just keep taking those action steps. I feel like action steps for you guys is a huge part of the practical plan. It's going to help you develop that practical plan, understand what that practical plan is. You know, like going back to me, for example, with that music business situation. You know, there were obviously a lot more steps that I encountered that I had to take after that initial phone call, finding the right recording studio and then going in there. But those plans were able to take place because I took those initial steps to even get it going in the first place. And then I was able to make a plan. And then I was able to, you know, learn about like, oh, okay, well, now we're going to record like these 5 songs for this demo. And, you know, they got to get mixed and they got to get mastered. And then I did like a photo shoot and it was like all these different steps and everything. And eventually from there, you know, that led me to like this meeting with this A&R guy from this like small indie label, like way back in the day. I don't even know if that indie label exists anymore, but you know, it was like a whole thing. But you know, those other steps didn't come until I took those first initial ones. So that's why I'm saying, you guys, like, take action. Don't let the haters get to you. Even if they're blood relatives, even if they're close to you, don't let them drag you down. And like I said, if nobody else believes in you, if no one else is there for you, I do. And if you are looking for like support in that, hit me up. Like seriously, I mean it. Hit me up. I will be there for you and I will you know, give you the encouragement and support however I can. Even if it's in an area that maybe I don't have expertise in, that's okay. Sometimes I know people just need to know that other people believe in them. So that's what I'm trying to say to you guys, is that I believe in you and I know you can do this. Finally, I have a card from Loving Words from Jesus for you. Because in my opinion, a Bible verse a day helps keep the bad vibes away. And you guys got, watch and pray that you enter not into temptation. Matthew 26:41. So with this card talking about temptation, I feel like the temptation here is basically giving up. Like giving up on your dreams. Like look at Jesus here on this card. You know, he's in this picture in particular, he's in the Garden of Gethsemane right before he's like taken away to be like executed and stuff. After they had the Lord's Supper and going into Good Friday basically. But he wanted to give up. This was a hard thing for him to have to go through and everything, but he didn't quit. And it's the same thing for you guys. I understand what you're going through, the dreams that you have in your heart, the challenges that may be set up against you. It's hard. It's difficult. There's that temptation to quit, but don't give in to that. Don't give in to that temptation, because it's going to be a million times worse and it's going to be a million times harder if you give up. And one thing that I have learned in my life is I would rather look back on my life and go for something, and then, even if it didn't work out, I would rather look back at it and say, at least I don't have to sit here and say, what if? Because what if would be terrible. At least I know the result of it. So, you don't want to have that kind of regret on you. You don't want to have the regret of what if. So definitely go for it. And I think you guys will be okay, and you won't be living in regret of, oh my God, I did this and it turned out bad. I don't think that's going to happen. Even if there are twists and turns along the way, I do believe that it all is going to come together in the end, just the way that it needs to for you. So anyways, I hope that this message resonated and made sense for you. If the message did not flow, of course, just let it go. But if it did make sense, please let me know and leave a comment down below. I would love to hear from you, even if it's just a simple small emoji. And please give this video a big thumbs up. That definitely helps me out a lot. Feel free to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you know of future videos when they are on the way. And like I said, you guys, this deck right here at the very beginning, Written in the Stars, this one is my deck, and it is available on Etsy. So if you are interested in it, my Etsy shop link is in the description box down below, as well as information for private readings, since I'm open for those too. So private readings, Etsy, my contact information, ways to connect with me on my socials, all that stuff is in the description box down below, so feel free to hit me up on those areas. And yeah, so I just want to thank you guys for stopping by and hanging out here with me for a little bit today. It definitely warms my heart and means the world to me. So I am sending you lots of hugs and much love. Keep sparkling. Hi, Pile 3. If you chose Cinderella's Carriage, then this is going to be the reading for you to find out what is in store for you for January of 2022. All right, let's see what is going on for you guys. All right, so we're going to start off with some cards from my own Oracle deck, Written in the Stars, which is available on Etsy. And this deck is basically messages in life, in love, and it has like a pop culture, Hollywood type of theme vibe to it. So if you like it, if you enjoy it, you can find it there. And let's go ahead and lay down your messages here to see what you guys need to know for January. As if they're clueless. 50 Shades of Freaky. They see you as an A-lister. All that glitters isn't gold. Things may be scary right now, so don't scream. All right, you guys. So I'm definitely picking up on a complicated love situation for this group in the month of January. So you may be dealing with someone who may not necessarily be as they seem. The main reason I get that is all that glitters isn't gold. And sometimes, we can make a love connection with somebody and sparks can fly and they may not be who they say they are, which is why all that glitters isn't gold. It's like, they can say and do all the right things, but something is off. Or, it's like they look good on paper, but something ain't right. Something's shady there. Um, and I feel like you guys probably know this deep down on the inside, but it could be one of these loops that's just very hard to get out of. Now, I do feel like this person is highly attracted to you because they see you as an A-lister. They are enamored by you. Like, they kind of have you up on a pedestal. So I do feel like, they see you as pretty amazing, but they're kind of clueless in a sense when it comes down to like getting deeper. Because, like, I'm not saying that this relationship, that this connection has no potential to go somewhere. I just feel like you guys need to find out, like, what's really going on with this person. Like, is there really gold there? Or is it all just kind of show, kind of a thing? Because, yeah, I feel like with as if they're clueless, it's like they're clueless about depth. It's like they're clueless about vulnerability, authenticity, transparency, like true intimacy. And yeah, you may be like intimate with this person physically with 50 Shades of Freaky because I feel like the chemistry between you guys is like a freaking forest fire. Like, it's insane. Like, it's nuts. So I feel like on a physical level, you guys vibe very, very well together. And even if you have not physically been with this person, I feel like you can feel the sexual tension. You can feel the sparks flying. You can feel all that kind of stuff. So I feel like on a physical level, it's definitely there. The thing that concerns me and worries me in this situation is it all just surface level? Is it all just physical and there's nothing deeper? And the reason why that concerns me is, as if they're clueless, I feel like they might be clueless about the deeper things. And especially if things are not necessarily what they seem, how can you have depth where there's not like honesty and truth and authenticity there? So those are things that concern me. It's like the physical side is there, and I feel like that's why they see you as an A-lister kind of a thing, but and I feel like that's why things are scary. Things may be scary right now, so don't scream. So I feel like you kind of already know this. Like, you kind of already know that this may not be the best situation. And I'm not saying that this is for everybody, but, like, it could even be for one person out there, but this could be somebody who is in a relationship with somebody else. Like, they could have a girlfriend, they could have a fiance, they could have a wife, they could have kids, like they could have other things going on, and you could be like the other party, like you could be the third party in this situation. That may not be for everybody. There's definitely plenty of douchebags out there that will just have the physical connection with you and will be single as a Pringle. But for someone out there, that could be the case. And either way, whether they have like this double life thing going on or not, it's scary because it's just like, do you really feel this way towards me? Do you feel more towards me? Or is this all just sex? Is this all just physical? Like, what's going on? So I feel like you're heavily going to be dealing with this in the month of January. It's definitely a heavy feeling. I feel like the best thing that you guys can do in this situation is get to the bottom of it. Like, find out where they really do stand. Find out if this is actual gold or if you're dealing with fool's gold, basically. Because the sooner you know, the sooner you can make a decision with your life, whether you want to keep pursuing this situation or you want to step away and say, hey, I deserve better. Because, yeah, the sex and the chemistry may be lit, it may be awesome, it may be amazing, but that only goes so far. And it's gonna fizzle out if there's not like that solid foundation. And if they're clueless right now as to how to kind of create that foundation right with you because something else is off, that's gonna have to be addressed. And the earlier you address it, the better it's gonna be. Let's see what you guys got from the Sacred Creators Oracle. I wish I had better news. Like I don't like delivering messages like this because I'm like, oh man, someone's not gonna like this, but it is what it is. Choose who you are becoming. So I feel like you guys are gonna have to make a choice. You're gonna have to make a choice dealing with this person. You know, it's like, do you want to keep going down this very weird rabbit hole with them where things may get more twisted and things may get more confusing? Or do you want to move on? Do you want to get to the bottom of things and get to the truth of the matter? Or do you want to just like kind of continue living in the illusions of, oh, the sex is wonderful, so as long as that's great, I'll just keep hanging around for this or whatever? Or do you really want to know what's going on? And what's really going on, it may not be fun when you find that out, but you may need to. And you never know. On the off chance you could find out the truth and it may not even be anything horrible. But it's probably good to not live in those illusions, you know? So I feel like you guys are going to make a choice here dealing with this situation to find out the truth. And when you do, decide what you're going to do based off of that truth. Light in the unexpected. So, you know, whatever's going to happen here, I do feel like it's going to be kind of a twist of the unexpected. You know, like I said, when you guys find out the truth, maybe not for all of you, but there could be a few of you where maybe the truth isn't anything that bad, where maybe you're not dealing with counterfeit gold and it is real gold, but maybe they, you know, have some other, you know, issues they have to work out, which is why it seems like something is shady, even though it's not. But, you know, if you're going to find that out, if you're going to have peace of mind, you're going to have to get down to the bottom of the truth. So, you know, there could be an unexpected truth coming, bottom line. Stop, drop, and ground. Oh, I can definitely feel that's important for you guys. Because the thing is, if you guys are on such like a high from the chemistry, a high from the sex, because, you know, it's like when you're physically intimate with somebody like that and, you know, you got all those like chemicals coming out of your brain and everything when you're connecting with somebody physically like that, like it's going to put you up there on cloud 9. It's going to put you up there in the sky. You know, you're not going to be grounded at all. So I feel like in order for you guys to see clearly in this situation and, you know, ultimately guard your heart and protect yourself and take good care of yourself and you know, make good decisions for you. You got to ground yourself. And, you know, that may be scary because that could lead to needing to move on from this person. But there's also a possibility it could work out if there's really nothing weird going on. But you're not going to know that until you ground yourself. And either way, if this is going to turn out well, you can't have deeper intimacy without doing that. Bliss is worth creating. And it's funny because it says crossed out from, crossed out for, from. That always kind of confuses me a little bit. But yeah, bliss is worth creating from. So, you know, another thing that may help you aside from getting grounded in the situation is to get creative, you know, maybe take yourself out of the situation a little bit and get creative, you know, take on like a little side project or art project or writing project or something like that, you know, even just like get out one of those adult coloring books or something and color, you know, just do something a little bit different to maybe help get the creative juices flowing and ground yourself a little bit, because that may give you a little bit more clarity and insight as to how to approach this, because this looks like a sticky situation where, at least where you've been doing things and how you've been doing things up to this point, it's not really something that can continue to be maintained at that momentum. Something is going to have to shift or change here. And the sooner you do it within your power, the better it's going to be, rather than like the universe being the one to be like, okay, well, I'm going to make the decision for you. And usually when we wait to that point, it's usually pretty painful. And I don't want you guys to have to go through that. So it's better to, deal with it now. Deal with it now. It's a brand new year. It's a brand new month. This is the perfect time to deal with our crap. Next, we have some cards from the Moonology deck. And we have a personal issue reaches a resolution, full moon in Cancer. Well, obviously this is a personal issue, especially if it's dealing with a relationship, dealing with another human being. It's obviously not a career thing or something like that, but there is going to be a resolution. And even if you're scared to kind of see what that is, it's going to be resolved. So I feel like one of two things is going to happen with this resolution. Either number one, you'll get to the bottom of what is truly going on in your connection with this person, and you'll either find out that you're dealing with real gold and that they really are like this good person and they really are willing to go on this deeper, more vulnerable, more authentic level with you, but you'll find out the reasons why that's kind of been stopped up, which usually, if they're truly being their honest selves, it's probably some of their own trauma. It's probably some of their own fears and self-sabotaging, which has probably prevented that. They probably have their own walls that they need to work through and break down as well, which is okay. That's not like a bad thing. That's something that you guys could work through together. And if anything, it would bring you guys closer together, and it would make your bond tighter. So that would be a good thing. So it'll either go that way in terms of a resolution, or if you find out that you are dealing with fool's gold here, basically, that it's not all that wonderful, and maybe they are just using you for sex, and maybe they are married, or whatever it is that they are, it's better for you to find out now, because they don't deserve you. You're better than that. You are a million times better than that. You're the main course. You're not some side meal. So, it's better you find that out now. And it may hurt in the moment, but you're going to have so much more peace walking away earlier than later. The longer it goes on, the harder it's going to be to walk away from. So I feel like, if you don't get the results that you want, it's still going to be okay, because you'll be able to heal yourself and walk away and have peace. And, the universe is going to see that you're hurting over that. The universe is going to see that you're worthy and you're deserving of true, genuine, real love. And I promise you that the universe is going to give you someone 1,000,000 times better than this. Like 1,000% better than this. But it can't happen if you don't walk away from that person. If they truly are, shady, basically. So either way, you win in either scenario. There's a resolution in either scenario, but you can't get to either scenario without getting to the truth of the matter and actually dealing with some things. You can't be avoidant of it. A win-win outcome is in the forecast, full moon in Libra. What I just say, you guys, I literally just said before this card came out that you win either way. If this person really is awesome sauce, you win, because that way then you guys get to start breaking down each other's walls of, self-sabotage and fear and all this other kind of stuff. And it's going to bring you guys closer and more bonded to each other. And that's a great thing. That's a win. And if this person really is a piece of shit, you still win, because you don't deserve that. You don't deserve to be treated like that. You deserve someone who's amazing, and it's going to open up the opportunities for that amazing person to come into your life. Someone to treat you like the true divine queen that you are. So, either way, like I said, you guys win. It's a win either way. So don't be scared of what you're seeing right now. Luck is on your side, new moon in Sagittarius, and I'm so glad that you guys are getting these positive cards, especially coming out from Moonology, because I know all this stuff that came out in the beginning is really scary. And seeing this initially, it may trigger some people and be just like, I don't want to deal with that. Like, no way. Like, but this is a reminder that even if you're dealing with a sticky situation right now, even if you're dealing with something hard, you got to remember that God is bigger than all of this. Spirit is bigger than all of this. Like your life is in such good hands, you don't even realize it. You got angels on your side protecting you day in and day out. You get in your car and you drive somewhere and, you're just going to the grocery store or whatever. You got an angel sitting on your front bumper. You got an angel sitting on your back bumper. You got angels attached to the doors on the sides. Like, you're surrounded by angels. You're always protected. You're always taken care of. So, you're like a cat. You're going to land on your feet. No matter what happens in this situation, you're going to land in your feet. So don't worry about it. It's better to face the truth, rip off the Band-Aid, and that way then you can move on to your happily ever after, however that's supposed to look. But your happily ever after is there. It is secure. You can't lose that. You can't mess that up. All right, finally, you guys, I have a card here from Loving Words from Jesus, because in my opinion, a Bible verse a day helps keep the bad vibes away. And you guys got, take therefore no thought for the morrow shall take thought of the things of itself. Matthew 6:34. So this card is basically asking you guys not to worry about tomorrow. And, especially in a situation like this, it is easy to get a little hyper and wound up and concerned about, oh my gosh, what's going to happen with this? Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Don't worry. It's like that old song, don't worry, be happy. It's the same thing. Just don't worry. Because you know what? At the end of the day, all you have right now is this present moment. Like right here, right now, as you are watching this video, that's it. You're not living in tomorrow. You're not living in the past. You are here in this present moment watching this video. And that's it. That's all there is to it. Far too often when we live in the past, that's typically when depression can creep in. And when we are concerned about the future, that's when anxiety creeps in. Either way, not good situations. But you know what? You're not in the past and you're not in the future. You are in the present, and in this present moment, right here, right now, you are safe. You are good. You are protected. You are well. And you will be tomorrow too. And you will be the day after that. And you will be when you figure out this situation and find out the truth. So just try to cast your care is the best way I can describe it, which I know is much easier said than done. But somebody obviously needs to hear that. Anyways, that is the message that I have here for you guys. So hopefully the message resonates and makes sense for you. If the message did not flow, of course, just let it go. But if it did make sense, please let me know and leave a comment down below. I would love to hear from you. Also, please give this video a big thumbs up because that definitely helps me out a lot. Feel free to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you know of future videos when they are on the way. And as my voice wants to apparently go away too. I'm fine. I'm good. I just need a drink. Anyways, I was going to say, like I said at the beginning of this video, at the beginning of this reading too, for that matter, these cards here are from my own oracle deck, written in the stars. It is available on Etsy. So if you enjoyed these, I know the message was difficult, but if you enjoyed like the theme of the message, that deck is available on Etsy. And my Etsy and information about private readings, as well as ways to contact me, and my social accounts, and all that good information is in the description box down below. So that is there for you as well. Otherwise, I just want to thank you guys for stopping on by and hanging out here with me for a little bit today. It definitely warms my heart and means the world to me. So I am sending you guys lots of hugs and much love. Keep sparkling. Hi, pile 4. If you chose the pink heart glittery sparkly ornament with the wings, then this is going to be the reading for you to find out what is in store for you for January of 2022. All right. Let's see if I can get this guy to stand up here. Ooh, yay, good, it stayed. All right, so we're going to start off here with some cards from my very own Oracle deck, written in the stars. And this deck is available on Etsy. It is basically messages in life, in love, and it has a very pop culture, Hollywood type of theme to it. So if that's your mood, if that's your vibe, if that's your thing, you may be interested in it. So anyways, that's on Etsy, and let's see what your messages are here. Let's lay down these cards and see what's happening for you in January. Someone has some cruel intentions. Dun dun dun. Unexpected new beginnings like knocked up. Your entourage is ready for a trip. Travel ahead. Wedding bells like father of the bride. And my people will call your people. Well, let's do lunch, babe. All right. So, okay, you guys. So the first thing I'm picking up here with unexpected new beginnings like knocked up is, it is a brand new month. It's a brand new year for that matter. And it's just like there's a lot of newness in the air, It's just a brand new time. It's a brand new season. Even though the past couple of years have been very difficult, every time a new year rolls around, even though I feel like we walk into 2022 feeling very cautious and feeling like we shouldn't touch anything, basically, there's still always at least that little tinge, that little small spark of hope that we have that 2022 will look different from 2021 and 2020. And there's absolutely no reason that it can't. There's no reason that it can't look better or be better because, even if the world is falling apart, on a collective level, that doesn't mean that you yourself as an individual on a personal level can't have a good year, that you can't have good experiences and blessings and abundance and favor and like good things happening to you. So I feel like right now you're in a very fertile time in your life where, the seeds have already been planted and you're going to start seeing things grow and pop up. And some of them will probably be surprises, but I feel like they'll probably be welcome surprises, whether it's in your personal life or your professional life. So yeah, I do feel like that it's kind of like that time, that season for that. And I feel like you have like good things happening in both love and your career. Because first we have my people will call your people. So to me, that's always about networking. It's about connecting with others. It's about, growing in terms of your business, basically, especially if you are someone who owns your own business, you work for yourself. It's important to network with others, especially in your field. It's good to make friends. I know sometimes, depending on the field you work in, that can also lead to competition, but I feel it's much better to make friends rather than enemies in your field, That's going to be good for everybody all the way around. So that way then it's like if one person wins, another person's going to win kind of a thing. It's more of a team effort in a sense. But even if you don't work for yourself and you work for a company or whatever the case may be, it's still good to have a good rapport, at least with like your coworkers or, whatever the situation is. But I feel like things are going to be going well in your career, that however you're connecting and networking with people, it's paying off. It's a good thing. And then with wedding bells like Father of the Bride, you could be getting married in January, you never know. But even if you're not, I feel like more so this card is about a higher level of commitment, the next level of commitment. Like, like let's say you've met somebody recently and you're just casually talking as like friends. In this case, the next level of commitment could be like, hey, let's actually go on a date. Let's actually explore this romantically. Which is not like anything major as like marriage, obviously, but it's just simply like the next level up is what it comes down to. If you've been seeing somebody for a long time, it could be making that commitment where you guys are seeing each other exclusively rather than casually. It could be getting engaged, it could be moving in together. It could be like a whole bunch of different things. But either way, I feel like there is some upwards level in your love life, in your relationship department in the month of January, which is going to be a higher level of commitment in some way, shape, or form. So you got good things happening in your love life, you got good things happening in your career, and unexpected new things happening that are going to be good too. And sometimes when we have a lot of those good things going on, sometimes there are other people in the background who don't necessarily like it. Someone has cruel intentions, has some cruel intentions. So, it's like the movie Cruel Intentions. So yeah, jealousy is a bitch, and there could be somebody lurking in the shadows who just doesn't like what they see, and they just may be jealous. They may be looking at you saying, well, they're making all this money, they're making these career moves, they got this amazing love life, they got, this awesome house, they've got this awesome car, they've got this awesome whatever it is. But they could be looking at you and just like envying all of it and coveting all of it is what it comes down to. And when they do that, they may want to like actually lash out and do some damage rather than stay their own lane pretty much. Because everybody gets jealous at some point. I myself, like I will admit, I have been jealous recently in some situations in my personal life, but I would not take it to this level where I would want to sabotage that person, because like I care about that person too much as an individual and as a friend that like I would not do that to that person. Like for me, it's easier for me to just like back away and back off from that person so I can do my own thing rather than get caught up in their thing. So that's what's helping me at least. But not everybody does that. Some people will like really crouch down and get petty, and it's just good to look out for those people is what it comes down to. It's just good to look out for those people. And sometimes I feel like overall this is like unexpected good, but sometimes it could be like an unexpected person you wouldn't even think who's like kind of seething in jealousy. And then with your entourage is ready for a trip, travel ahead. You could be traveling at some point in the month of January. It doesn't have to be far. It could be, but it could be just like a little mini weekend getaway. It could be just like a 2-hour drive or something like that. But there could be like a fun little excursion happening at some point this month. And you never know. That could be career connected. It could be like a career related type of trip, a business trip kind of thing. or it could be on the personal level. It could be like a little getaway between you and your person or something. But either way, it seems like a little change of scenery might be coming up for you guys in January. Let's see what's happening from the Sacred Creators Oracle. You guys have lead your metamorphosis. So obviously there's like a little butterfly on this card, and that's what happens with butterflies. You know, they start off as the caterpillar, they crawl into their little cocoon, and when they're in there, they go through all these crazy changes and experiences, and it's not fun, and they like literally turn into like liquid goo, and it's disgusting, and I'm sure very painful for them. And they come out and they emerge as a beautiful butterfly. So, you know, you guys could be kind of going through your own metamorphosis right now. Like, there's obviously like these good things coming or already currently happening, but I feel like, you know, it's been a journey to get there, that it hasn't been something that's been overnight. You know, you have been like the liquid wormy thing inside the cocoon. I'm like, what's that word again? That cocoon. You've been there. Like, you know, it's not fun. So keep doing what you're doing is what it comes down to. Keep that transformation happening, because it's taking you in the right places. Overthinking can spoil the magic. So you may be a little bit like me, and you may be a little bit of an overthinker, because I admittedly am like the queen of overthinking. I very much so get into my head. And at least for me, it's like I take the smallest thing and I will twist it and turn it into like this thing that is so far from what it actually is. I don't even know how I do it. It's like a sick and twisted talent of mine. But don't do that. Don't. That is one way you do not want to be like me. Could be an air sign thing. I don't know. I'm a Libra, so, you know, thinking is our thing. So if you're a Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius, you know, this could be a problem for you. But anyways, if you are an overthinker, don't overthink things, whether it comes to your career moves or your love life. And don't overthink this like nasty person hanging out over here, because you know what? If you give them that attention, it's just going to like fuel the fire and feed the flame. So don't give them attention. Just do your own thing. You know, you're protected. You're safe and you're protected is what it comes down to. So try not to go there and try not to worry about that. And, you know, new beginnings can be scary. They can be good, but they can be scary. So try not to overthink them as they're happening. And, you know, new beginnings, of course, come out of times of transformation. So just try not to overthink this right now, because I feel like you guys are going through a lot. It's like taking you in a positive direction. It's taking you in a good direction. But that doesn't mean it doesn't come without its challenges. So try not to overthink things as it's happening. Just try to go with the flow as much as you can. Collaboration of souls. So I feel this on the level of both business and pleasure. So, you know, collaboration of souls, I feel like, is you networking and connecting when it comes down to your career, when it comes down to work, you know, you building your empire, you building like a solid foundation for yourself financially in your day-to-day life. And I also feel like it is connected to you and your person, because, you know, when you're connecting with someone on that romantic level, when you have like that partnership between the two of you, you know, that's a beautiful collaboration as well, whether it's on a personal or professional level. So I feel like that's just confirmation of that on both of those ends. And then you have Creator Earth. So, you know, you could be getting very much into a creative mode, in a sense, coming from just like a very grounded place. If you're not an overthinking air sign, you could be an earth sign. So it could be an indicator of that. You could be a Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo. Yeah, so Creator Earth is just like a very grounded feeling. It's someone who is definitely like just connected to the earth, and like I said, is very grounded. So I feel like that's definitely going to help you. That will help you to not, be in such like an airy overthinking kind of place anyways. So ground yourself as much as possible as you're going through the changes. It'll actually get you into a more creative place as well. And then we have some cards here from the Moonology deck, and you guys have work through your fears, new moon and Scorpio. So, change is scary, even positive change. Like, obviously, networking with people, building your career, taking things to the next level with your person. Those are positive things. Those are things to be happy about, of course. But it can be scary because it can be unknown territory, especially if you're not familiar with it, especially if maybe you have struggled in the past making money or launching your business or connecting with others in your career. Or if maybe you've struggled a lot in love, or maybe you were just like single a long time, or maybe you had issues with the person that you're dealing with right now. It can be a little weird when things go well because it's like, pinch me. Am I dreaming? Is this real? Like, can I trust this? What's going on here? So even good change can be scary, and it can be scary too when you see people who behave like this, because then you're like, okay, is this even worth it what I'm doing? Yes, it is worth it what you're doing. You gotta just, ignore the toxic bad stuff. Just block it out of your brain. But try not to buy into the fears. Remember that fears are false evidence appearing real. We have a time for healing, balsamic moon. So I feel like this is something that you guys have already been in, that you guys have already been in a time of healing. If you hadn't been, I don't think you would be at this point where you're, going through these transformations and these changes right now. But that doesn't mean that your healing is over. Like I feel like you guys are maybe going to a new level of healing. You're leaving the level that you were currently at. Now you're like going to this new level of healing. So just keep doing what you're doing. Be kind to yourself as you continue to heal. And I feel like, once again, grounding yourself, getting into that earth-centered energy is going to help you a lot when it comes down to your healing. Any overthinking is definitely an area that needs to be healed if that's something that is one of your vices, which, like I said, I understand. I'm right there with you. And you guys also have you and your loved ones are safe. New moon in Cancer. So I feel like this is in reference to, anyone who may be having bad vibes towards you, basically. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about what this person is saying or doing. It's ultimately insignificant. Bottom line is, God is bigger than that. God has you in the palm of his hand. He's got you protected. He's got you safe. He's got his angels watching all over you. So you don't need to entertain any of that. You don't need to worry about that. You are safe and your loved ones are safe. Whether you're concerned about, the career people you're connecting with, I know you wouldn't necessarily consider that loved ones, but, if they're people who are important in your life and they're being good to you and you're being good to them, of course you're going to be concerned for their well-being. And same thing, of course, goes for your love situation, your love person. Everything's going to be fine. Like, you don't need to worry about that. Things are better than you think, better than you know. So, finally, you guys, I have a card here from Loving Words from Jesus, because in my opinion, a Bible verse a day helps keep the bad vibes away. And you guys got, you are the light of the world, Matthew 5:14. So this is definitely kind of that Christmas vibe going on here. Because it is baby Jesus in the manger with Mary and Joseph. And, when he was born, he was recognized as being the light of the world. And the truth is, if Jesus is God, it's like God is inside every one of us too. So, he has the light. We believe in him. You know, we believe in God. We believe in a higher power. We believe in source, spirit, whatever you want to call it. We have that light inside of us too. We can shine that light. And you guys definitely have a light to shine. And don't be afraid to shine it. You know, even through all the changes that you're going through right now, you know, you guys have been doing amazing as it is. You just got to keep going, keep sparkling, keep radiating, keep glowing, keep shimmering, keep doing all those things because the world needs it. So, you know, you are the light as well. The light is within you too. And no darkness can dim that. So, hopefully, this message resonated and made sense for you. If the message did not flow, of course, just let it go. But if it did make sense, please let me know and leave a comment down below. I would love to hear from you, even if it's just a simple, small emoji. And please give this video a big thumbs up. That definitely helps me out a lot. Feel free to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you know of future videos when they are on the way. And also, you guys, like I said at the start of this, these first few cards right here are from my own deck, written in the stars, and that is available on Etsy. So the Etsy shop link is in the description box, as well as information on private readings, which are available. And, you know, my contact information, my social sites, all that stuff is down there. So feel free to contact me, hit me up, however it is, whatever it is that you need. I'm here. I'm good. So that's about it. So I just want to thank you guys for stopping on by and hanging out here with me for a little bit today. It definitely warms my heart and means the world to me. So keep sparkling. I'm sending you lots of hugs and much love.